Pearlcat. I've not seen anything of these mod characters. I know that I think Joe's touched Pearlcat. He said it was good. I don't know if it was done yet. Wait, so what Blotcher deck you going for?
Black.
Which one's that again?
Plus one Joker spot, -1 hand.
Yeah. It's an interesting one.
Wheel of Fortune never hitting.
Yeah, it's 1 and 4. But yes, I agree. It's the gambler's fallacy. You'll keep getting it. Did you really buy it on your first shop though?
Yeah, it was just from a pack. Oh wait.
The cycle
Oh,
pearls.
Wheel of Fortune. It's from Hallucination.
These are weird. Steam inputs. These. Oh wow, this character needs a lot of food. To retrieve pearls at the empty handles wrapped up. Okay. Oh.
That's how I feel a lot of the time. Okay.
That's cool as shit, actually. Pearls also may be deployed as left not. Why do I do that tomorrow? I wish it was game. I wish I was my keypad. As well. Let me see if I can get a controls. Maybe disable Steam input? No.
No, I meant to play 5 of a kind, not 4 of a kind. That's so. Okay, no. We're getting this. Give me the 5 of a kind. God damn.
There we go. That's good.
Okay. Look at that. That's huge. Huge. Dude, Hanging Chad for the longest time was not a fan. Now?
Which one is that?
First card is scored twice, two extra times.
That one goes crazy if you actually have like a in-hand card. Like you actually have a good one.
Hallucination, I request that you please stop giving me Wheel of Fortunes.
Yeah, Pearlcat looks cool. I don't know what's happening right now. I only have to, oh, it goes from 2. Blue symbolizes agility. Provide an additional jump.
find out this because this makes sense.
Guess you can use it even if it's constant. Pearlcat seems also very all stored red pearls, so it's an interesting stack. Or on any of the other. That's kind of sick. Okay, I like that. That's Slug Pup. Let's go. Let's see. What the hell? Pearlcat's awesome. What am I gonna do with you? Are you part of me? I can't tell. Yeah, you seem tied to me. I don't see that. What's your Balatro deck looking like? What are you running right now?
A lot of queens.
A lot of queens. Do you have the one Joker that, like, if you have queens in a hand, it gives you molt?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. So what's your
I'm
lot of
hoping I
queens?
see
Like,
it.
you're going for, like, 5 of a kind or something? What?
Yeah, I'm just playing for 5 of a kind right now. I'm hoping to maybe turn into a flash 5 because look at my deck right now.
Look at your deck right now. Yeah. That's actually.
That's a
How do
lot
you
of
play that?
queen. I
Are
got that one
those.
card. I got that one card that turns like, or that one.
Are some
What
of
are they
them
called?
molts as well?
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, go ahead and
I got that.
finish.
I got that one spectral card or whatever they're called that turns all of
Yeah.
your cards into one rank, and it happened to target queens. And then I've just used a bunch of
Mmm. Color triggers.
levers
Yeah,
cards, the
levers.
sun cards, sun cards.
Is it not levers?
It's levers is wild card.
Hmm. Okay.
Anyway,
Oh, I'm 5 bubbles. I know this place, actually. Wait, I can go talk to him. Let's go talk to that bitch. What's he gotta say? Maybe he'll tell me my goal in this skug lifetime. Tell me my purpose. Seems fun. He seems alive enough. Oh, you haven't died.
Oh, another the sun. Huge.
Ooh. Also, yeah, if you get any devil cards that let you destroy cards, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, Hanged Man. I've been using those whenever there hasn't been a the sun.
Yeah, then the one that makes it so when you hold queens in hands probably wouldn't even be good for you.
Yeah, I would love to see that, but it's just not showing up.
Good for you. Because you don't want I don't know why you'd want that.
Fair enough, actually, because I am playing my
Yeah, you're
queens. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And I'll take it. Oh. Cool. Oh, this does.
Oh my god. 183,000 off of a single hand.
Did you get a flush 5?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, Joker.
Now you gotta start going for planet cards, I think, and upgrading them. Once you actually have a hand, you start going for planet cards.
Yeah, I agree. I just am thinking. I definitely want that. Or to move
Also, there
there.
is the one voucher that makes your most played hands always appear, but now that I think about it,
I'd love to see that, but it's not showing up.
it's not like Flush
What do
5
I
is gonna be your most played hand for a minute, but yeah, once it is.
Thank you. And
I
then
have a new fucking bar next to my hunger. I don't know what
that.
this is. Maybe it's real? I don't know.
I've discovered every planet card now.
Nice. There are no others in this galaxy. You know, I'm already getting kind of invested into this slug guy. Man didn't give me a purpose, but that's okay. We'll go talk to someone else.
Yeah, this is a good deck, I feel like.
I'm curious to see once you play all of the slug cats if you'll want to play modded ones.
Mayhaps, mayhaps. Okay, I can only play one hand here. Got it.
Why are they crying? The Skug is crying. I don't know why.
Mrs. Fenn.
My Skug is crying. No, I don't know. He might have a family. I don't know. It's not this. It's not your Skug. Your Skug misses his family. Not my Skug.
If you got to play a card an extra, or have a card scored an extra 2 times, would you do a lucky card or a molt card or a bonus card?
Lucky, because you're going to be winning anyway, probably. Like, if you're scared of winning, then you do chips. I know your math is. Chips are math, right? But
Looks like it's good.
If you think you're gonna win, do
Looks like I did lucky, and it looks like it's just fine. Yeah. I got 279,000.
Lucky can also end up giving you molt. But yeah, the chance of $20, big. Sick as fuck. Sick as fuck. Sick as fuck. Ooh. What color? Doves? Is this white? It's like a dull green. I'll let you know this character Drum Master seems like a deck builder, if you get what I mean.
Spectral pack. Give me something cool. Nope, not you. Not Onk, that's for sure. Nope, nothing here I want. Arcana pack. Nuke some stuff with the Hanged Man. I'll be right back. I gotta go let out the dog.
Send me with gold. Oh, you have 2 black pearls. I don't know what placing them as sentries really does. I guess we can test, right? This one probably reveals, like, hidden guys, if I had to guess. Like, there's, okay. This one we know, if you throw something through, it'll auto-aim to an enemy. This one, you don't know. That one, this one, green aura. Revive something in the aura. Also looks like we did keep the simply green one. Orange does something. Oh, orange does deflection. Oh yeah, orange is a shield. Huh? Okay, orange deflects. And black again. White. White just alerts when something walks into it, I guess. Yellow is also reflection. Oh, it's one reflection for a long time. Blue is... tells you if you're in or out. I also can't double jump all the time. Never mind. That's not what that does. That... What's the cooldown on that? I can't jump from it anymore. That's kind of insane. Okay. It's just a teleport. Probably wants to recycle, it looks like. That's kind of insane. Okay, there's some we didn't learn. Like, what does this one do? Okay, then. How you can use its ability there. Don't really think about that. Also, I mean, really solid if you just you go somewhere for food and just teleport back. Seems sick. It makes me want to have two of them just so I can. I wonder if you can keep them out between cycles. Probably not, but worth trying. I do the. No. Yeah, I don't do. Not being good enough to do the trick. How's that on it? Still like that. I am hungry. So get over here. I don't think there's any popcorn plants going on, so. Cool. Enough to sleep. And this should be locked for Artificer, right? Like, I don't have... Oh, I could go. Like, not the best idea, though. We want to get to the middle. So what's the quickest way? Obviously, we gotta go down the wall.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello. I'll let you know I'm currently descending the wall. Oh, with my character.
Is wildcard like an enhancement like that will like override molt or lucky
Yes.
or bones? Okay. I can't ever remember. So
There are two classifications. There's card, like, outline, and there's stamps. The only thing that's not considered, like, an outline is a stamp. The beast is upon me. Okay, so Pearlcat seems strong, but also has harder enemies. Is what I'm gathering. Yeah, let's test. No, they don't even go past obstacle 1. Okay. That might be my goal. I just realized I have to go through the hell. Actually. Dude, it's crazy the backlash Trump's been getting.
Mm-hmm. It's
Like,
good to see, honestly.
yeah. You know, like, and like Elon as well. Did he apparently like, you know how, all stocks are not doing well right now?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Something interesting is that Elon Musk was able to sell his stocks to a shell company that was so not even slightly differently named. It went from he sold X, he sold part of X to like X fucking dash one, you know?
Nice.
And since it sold for less than it was last year or whatever, he can count that as $11 billion of losses. 11 million, $11 billion. I think 11 billion. $11 billion of losses. So now he can actually sell some stocks,
I hate that.
and he can count it as a tax write-off because it's, you know, yeah, he can write against taxes because they were quote losses, and then if you trade, you can write that against it. Um, so yeah, I forget what actually he doesn't even technically have to sell Tesla stocks. Even he can also technically sell any assets. Um, and yeah, and not have to pay any loss on it because he traded with himself. I feel like shell companies should not be illegal.
I am inclined to agree.
Like, how is what he did right there ever considered legal? Where you can sell to yourself to avoid paying taxes.
Hi, yes, I'd like to sell all of my personal possessions to myself and file for bankruptcy while I'm at it.
Yeah. Like, basically. Except for, instead of you filing for bankruptcy because they would take any assets, you're just filing for, you know, your shell company's bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. That seems... that seems every way should be illegal.
I concur.
Do other countries, like, I don't know. Like, we consider fucking, like, Ireland a tax haven in comparison to the US, but, like, if you can do that, how? If you can do that, how is anything, you know, more of a tax haven other than, like, sales tax, really?
No clue.
Also, like, Trump's been saying that the tariffs are like medicine or like a surgery, and that it's gonna hurt for a bit and then it's gonna get good. But like, I saw this one politician that made a good point of like, yeah, I mean, you can hold off, you're a billionaire, so is us. Like, you guys can fucking live pretty, but people who've been saving and are close to retirement even, that just lost 10% of their net worth in 2 weeks, can't fucking ride this out.
Agreed. And he's counting on it.
That people will ride him out, or that they can't.
No, that they won't be able to.
You know.
It's honestly really sad and disgusting, but that's what the plan is. Keep people poor and uneducated.
If he gets impeached, his VP becomes president, and that doesn't seem
That's
much
honestly
better.
almost worse.
Huh?
It's almost worse, honestly.
I know his VP's too. But can it really be worse?
I don't know, man. That guy
But
is
yeah, I don't
also
know. I think
insane.
can we not just like, don't other countries like Canada and France, can't they just like mistrial, or not mistrial, but like vote of no confidence in their government? Can't we do that?
Yeah, it's called impeachment.
Yeah, but then we just get the next schmuck that likes the first schmuck in line.
I think the vice president is kicked out along with him.
No, you can look it up. During impeachment, the next
Okay.
in line is
I thought
just the
impeachment
vice
was a
president.
specific exception to that, but I'm probably
I
wrong,
thought so
honestly.
too, and then I talked about it with Paris, and they're like, no, you can look it up, no, you can look it up. I went, aw, shit. They literally said, oh, you sweet summer child, before breaking the news.
Dude, this deck is going so well.
Nice. There are some endless achievements and like, you know, unlocks that
Good to know.
if you
Well, I think it's Jover. I think it's cooked.
you were just saying it was such a good run, what happened?
Yeah, well, bad draw moment.
Such a good run, you know, you said it with such enthusiasm. I'm like, you know, this endless stuff. Like you were saying it like it was your best run, and then oh, it's over. Which you know,
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Dude, the real consistent. That's why you gotta go the most consistent deck. High card. I've done those before. Like I went, you know, this is strong enough that I should just go with the consistent thing and go high card deck, and just start getting planet cards of high card.
Honestly, the thing I'm most mad about is I was really close to unlocking the Joker that you need to like have 30 hearts.
Okay.
I was literally like 3 hearts off, so one more of those heart tarot cards would have done it.
I
There's also a boss find I haven't found. Interesting.
This slugcat has had has way higher difficulty than like normal slugcat, normal survivor. So I can't tell if the scavs are hostile towards me, or if they just keep throwing spears in my general direction, because there's always a lizard behind me. I can't tell. I think we're fine. Anyway, did the deck die?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I'm really excited for Exploration campaign. That's cool.
Mine or yours?
Both.
Okay.
I think it'll be fun to play. And I do expect that, like, the building aspects should be pretty fun for y'all, I think.
Yeah.
It'll be like Little Frosty.
I'm considering trying to go back to that Kibbles Tasty crafting thing and trying to adapt it to Pathfinder, because I really liked that.
You'd have to check it. I never really read it. What was
I mean,
it
basically what
about?
it was is there were resources that both could be foraged, which I feel like would be really good for an exploration campaign.
Easy to implement, too.
Yeah. And then also the DM can award resources.
Instead of money.
And then, yeah, as part of the party's wealth. And then everything had like a crafting recipe.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, obviously you want to make a crafting recipe for everything. So.
Yeah, I mean, I could genericize it.
Or just on
Spell.
request.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that there's enough key items that probably would
Yeah,
be
for sure,
done
like
ahead of time.
scrolls and stuff, you definitely want
Scrolls, runes.
Yeah. You could always, I don't know, I mean, it could just be like fucking Legend of Zelda kind of crafting, where you go like, you know, a rune of fire, a rune of flaming needs, you know, whatever a this level rune needs, like this much magic powder or whatever, and then some kind of fire thing, like a
Yeah, I mean, that's
dragon.
more or less how it was in Kibbles, was like, all runes have these ingredients in common, and then you need to add this one thing, depending on which one you're making, you know?
Yeah, if you're going for flaming, you get dragon.
And then you need
Bits.
higher quality resources for the greater version.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then, I guess the question would be like, assume we get to the point where we want potency runes, and the party goes, yeah, I mean, flame runes are good, so let's go kill this, like, you know, Drake, or whatever. Would everyone in the party get a, I forgot this area is kind of scary. Would everyone in the party get a gland, or would it be like 1 drop, or 3 drops, or what?
It would be, in the thing, it was like, you get, like, it's like a dice of material, and like, you could do survival checks to try and extract more.
Okay.
So it also gave like survival an actual use as a skill.
Which survival will in this case, I think, but
It will, but like, I think it's always better to have more uses for poor survival.
yeah. But I mean, a subsist
Because
is
it's, because let's be real, the survival skill feats suck genuine ass.
they don't as much if you're considered subsist as a actual, you know, thing you are doing if you're keeping track of food and shelter and all that.
Yeah.
And subsist is like, if you can't do it, you get potato, which is bad. There is a skill feat I was looking at. I forget what level it was, but like, even on a failure, you get a success. At minimum, you get a success on subsisting. Which I don't remember if it, depending on how many people we have, we'll see if it's enough for the party. Do Eidolons need to eat?
Do what?
Eidolons need to eat.
I don't know. I'm curious now.
It'd be weird to see a psychopomp eat, but then again, it's weird to see puppets eat. Yeah. Let me do that. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, so do you know if Eidolons can be eat?
It would appear as though maybe they don't need to eat or drink, but they do need to sleep.
Okay. Slash be unsummoned.
Yeah. Well, they can be summoned and be asleep. The problem is that if you are unconscious, they also become unconscious. It's not so much that they need to sleep, it's that you need to sleep, and by extension, they fall asleep.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, if they are unsummoned, I'm also kind of sleeping.
Yeah. Well, they don't have a, like, sleep timer that they need to be hitting. It's literally just, when you are asleep, they happen to also be asleep. Because rules.
I need to look at exploration activities, dude. Are there any people giving more?
There's a few, but not very many. Most of them are very, like, class-specific type gimmicks.
Yeah, like search prey, whatever.
Yeah.
Stalk prey, whatever it is. But I gotta look for this. I know the good ones are like.
You know what? There is one that can be given actually. There's a lot of things that give it, but it's actually not available from the get-go. Refocus.
Oh. Interesting. But I mean, if you're riding something, I'd assume you'd be able to do it. Like if you're in a carriage.
Assuming that like riding isn't an exploration activity, which I don't remember if it is or not.
Like I think it'd be the same thing as like if you have to command an animal, then you probably maybe can't. But
yeah, I think that's more or less what I said was if you're basically you can't do a downtime probably if you're needing to command an animal to keep up. But if the one action can cover the, say, 2 of the rest of the party, if it's double the speed of the rest of the party, then you're probably fine to refocus.
So in the case of my Eidolon, if I spent 2 actions to move and that, you know, kept up with the slowest person doing 3, then I could probably refocus them. So once again, it's 2 actions.
Well, if you're riding your Eidolon has its own exploration activity, so I would say that if you're riding your Eidolon,
yeah, it has its own exploration activity, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, in that case, you probably don't need to worry about it. If you're riding, if you get the mount, if you're picking up the mount form feat, then yeah, I mean, you invest enough at that point to say that I'd say it's worth it. Or that it's perfectly fine.
I forgot. I don't know if I want to get that actually. So I'm not normally mounting them.
I think you can actually mount it either way. It just gets, or like gives it the mount trait. Let's see, mount.
Which the mount trait is good if you're doing mounted combat, but doesn't really matter outside of that.
Yeah. Let's see.
The mount trait is a animal companion trait though, so I'm not sure it's that trait. Because what the mount trait lets you do is makes animal companions able to use support actions even while you're mounting them.
Well, it also lets it use its special speeds.
Yeah, and its speed doesn't get nerfed.
Okay, without steed form, you would only be able to do one exploration activity between the two of you.
What if I'm just like walking alongside him?
Then you can each do one. Or if you get steed form, you can be mounted and both have one, which would effectively just let you use his speed for your travel speed.
I'm gonna be, dude, some are so, like, feats. Starved.
Yeah.
Like, they want every feat they can get.
That's why I like constructs so much, because they just get bonus that you can swap out every day.
Yeah. But I want dragon.
Fair. The other nice thing I like about construct is it's an arcane list, so arcane,
Dragon
my beloved.
is. I don't know.
Yeah, dragon.
Dude, Divine looked amazing. Just heroism.
Divine is a really good buff list. It's a
Yeah,
bad
exactly.
offense list.
Yeah, but like that's what I'd want, really.
Oh, that's for sure what you want as a
Summoning.
summoner. I agree.
But like, I don't know.
But it's also not fun to me. I don't like Divine list, in my personal opinion.
But I want to be dragon is the thing. Are there any good divine lists? I think for them, I don't think there really is.
The problem I have with
Is,
Divine
but
list
Psychopomp
on
is
Summoner
bad.
in particular is that you're the only Divine caster who can't get extra spells on your list. Every other Divine caster can steal spells from their lists. In terms of what your options are for Divine list, you have Angel, Demon, Psychopomp, and Undead.
Psychopomp would be not good or anything.
Psychopomp is really good anti-undead and scout.
How scout?
At level 7, it can once per hour, one or both of you can become invisible, or it can have invisibility casted on you. But if it ends for one of you, it ends for the other.
Okay.
And at level 17th level, you can. Oh wait, no. Where is it? Okay, yeah, that's the only scouting ability. Everything else is just anti-undead. But the 7th level ability is pretty fun. Being able to go invisible once an hour is pretty juice for scouting.
For sure. Does it heighten at all?
No. It's just 2nd rank invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 minutes of invisibility. Demon also seems fun, as long as you're fine with that. Demon actually does look really good,
I haven't
TBH.
actually looked at it, to be honest. What does Demon do?
So what it does, so its initial ability just adds 1 spirit damage, or it gets unholy, and 1 extra spirit damage against holy creatures, or creatures' weakness to unholy.
Which isn't a
And it
lot.
gets a versatile. So basically, you get lots of little weakness proccing things. Level 7, it's a 2-action activity you can do once per 10 minutes. Let's see. It's a sustainable effect. Enemy makes a will save. Crit success, no effect. Success, can't use reactions. Fail, slowed one and can't use reactions. Crit fail is as fail, but also confused for 1 round. The confusion cannot be extended by the sustain.
Okay.
And then level 17, you just get to drag them into hell. You cast Divine Decree, and it gets heightened,
I guess
and you're
still want to
unaffected by it.
do. Probably still want to do.
I know I have also heard good things about Angel. I've just not looked at them because it's not interesting to me.
What's Angel? Yeah.
Level 1 is Eidolon gets holy and 1 extra spirit damage to unholy creatures and creatures with weakness to holy, and can do non-lethal without the penalty. 7th level is they get a 20-foot aura that protects from severe heat and cold, which could be quite useful in this campaign. And your Eidolon is never flat-footed to creatures inside the aura that are of a level lower than the Eidolon.
Okay.
And at level, I don't know what level it is, but eventually it scales to protect you from all environmental damage from any plane, including severe and extreme heat and cold, as well as more unusual dangers.
Like planar stuff.
Yeah. Like, the air is sucking away your soul.
Yeah. I just don't think it makes sense for the character.
And then the 17th level is it can cast a bunch of remove blank spells once per day each. Remove curse, remove disease, remove fear, and remove paralysis.
Yeah, I just don't have any reason that my character would fucking have an angel.
Fair enough.
Or anything divine, to be honest.
And then what does undead do? I remember one thing that's neat about undead is your Eidolon has void healing, but you don't, so you can effectively be healed by either type.
Yeah. There's always the like, when you grab an archetype for casting, I forget, you get worse progression. Do you get worse progression or you just get less spell slots?
Both.
Both? Okay.
You get all the way up to master, but it's a lot slower than most casters, and most casters are legendary.
But you can still buy spell scrolls and wands. As long as
Wands, you need to be able to cast the rank, not scrolls, though.
Scrolls. Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure. I'll double check. No, never mind. It just has to be on your spell list.
Okay. So, as if I can get a whiff of divine spellcasting from an archetype, what would you say is the best divine archetype?
I mean,
Oh,
some
sorry,
interesting ones are
it'd be lower
cleric.
level.
Cleric can let you. Oracle is divine.
I do know that.
So you could just grab the Oracle casting feat.
Yeah. Don't you need to grab a negative though?
Yeah, I'm just saying it is an option.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Cleric can let you steal some juicy other spells from whatever god you're worshipping, because you do get access to those spells.
Okay.
They're added to your spell list.
That's interesting. So I could get like a primal occult spell that I wouldn't have
Yeah, you can
access
like pick
to.
up 3 extra spells that aren't normally on the divine spell list.
Which the only ones I would care about would be from primal occult, because I have arcane and divine.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot that would be able to be picked up, but there's a few maybe. Um, you could do witch archetype and pick up a divine patron if you want a familiar.
Um, does it what? It just gives you a familiar?
It gives you a familiar, yeah,
Just the
as
archetype
part of
gives
the
it to you?
dedication. Yeah, the
Okay.
dedication gives you a familiar.
I mean, at later level, it's just a spell slot, a lower level spell slot.
Um, sorcerer can be divine. Don't really know what you can get with a sorcerer archetype, tbh.
I, I mean, they're just the spellcasters. I don't know. They're just the spell, the big,
Well, you get
big
some of the
boys.
bloodline abilities,
Mm,
so like the actual dedication doesn't give you anything from your bloodline, but if you want to pick up follow-ups from it,
yeah. But
you
yeah.
can
Okay.
do
Mhm.
animist. I don't know what you get from the animist archetype, tbh.
Ooh, Animus would actually be pretty good, I think, because they're just. I think it's like similar to cleric, except for they also could get you a focus.
I don't know that you get access to a spirit. Oh, you get 1 spirit.
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty good. Let me look at that because I might actually grab that way earlier than I would intend normally. Animist archetype. Animist archetype.
And you
You
can
need
spend
wisdom
one
plus
day to
two.
change to a new spirit if you want.
Okay. You can
One
attune to a
full day of
spirit during
downtime.
daily prep. You get trained in its skill. You get better skill progression with that skill. So that's actually pretty interesting. It could be a way I get a skill progression. So I could get like athletics, which I normally wouldn't get, and that actually solve a lot of my problems as well at later level. Um, then you get basic spellcasting, feats, feats, spells. Yeah. Okay. And then I don't know, dude. Like I don't know. If I have arcane and divine, I think I'd just be an insane buffer, which is amazing as a which and I'd also have a cult now that I think about it. So I'm also going to be bard. So I think I'd have any spell I'd wanted, right? Like
More or less.
there's no
There's a few primal exclusives, but that's it.
are there? Okay.
Yeah, every school has its own exclusives, but outside that,
Hmm.
you'd have access to most spells.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, let me look.
Honestly, though, I was going to do free archetype, but man, with what, 7 players? You guys already have so much versatility.
Ah, it's so sad to not have free archetype. We'll
It
cry,
was sad
especially when we have
balance
to
around seven
wait
players.
so long in between levels.
It's also sad to have to wait balance around 7 players, man.
If we have to wait like fucking 5 sessions for a level up and we don't even have free archetype, we're gonna cry. Also, I don't know. I don't know if everyone's gonna show up. You know what I mean? In a
Yeah,
perfect world, they will.
no, in a perfect world, they will not.
Okay. Well then, great. They won't. Wrong thing. Yeah, the apparitions. Oh, they just give you lores. They don't give you skills. Ah, okay. Wait, let me check.
Cathartic Mage could let you grab Divine if you wanted.
What was it?
Cathartic Mage,
Hmm.
the Emotion Mage.
Yeah. I'm looking. I think Animus looks pretty good right now.
Yeah, I just like that one, so
I
I'm
forget how
always in
the
that.
apparitions work. Your apparitions are they focus spells or are they spells? They're spells, right?
Uh, they give you some spells, some focus spells, I think.
Yeah. But okay. You become bound to that apparition. So I just get an apparition, and then I get all their spells, even though I'm an archetype of it. But they have a very
I guess
specific spell list. You don't get to choose. You just get a
the
spell.
specific spell set that they give you access
Yeah.
to.
Do any of them give me heroism? No. Do any of them give
Well,
me?
Divine already gives you heroism.
No, it doesn't. You can check. It's not. I would have got it myself if I could.
Heroism, Divine or Occult.
Yeah, it's not arcane.
I said Divine. Uh, what's it called? Animus gives you Divine plus whatever is on your
I know.
spirit.
I was looking for like oh, I get what you mean now. It's not going to be on here. Like none of these spells are going to be
Correct.
divine.
Actually, some of them might be because half of your spell slots normally as an Animus are dedicated to specifically whatever that guy has.
It looks like they are all not, except for shield. The only non. Uh, Here's one more. Most of them are not divine.
Makes sense.
Um.
All right, I'm gonna get off.
All right.
Can-
Good night. But wait, actually, real quick. Um.
Yeah,
Ooh, enlarge. Um. You should. I mean, yeah. With the Animus archetype, you just get like all the spells. Isn't that just like an amazing spellcasting archetype then?
most of the
Am I missing
divines give
something?
you stuff beyond just the divine spell list.
Okay. I'm just saying it gives you like a lot of spell slots. Oh, yeah, gives you a
No, it
lot of
doesn't
spell
give you any more
slots.
spell slots than the rest.
I mean, can't you cast through your apparitions?
No, you don't get the special apparition spell slots. You just get spell slots that can be used for either set. You
Oh,
get
okay.
you get access to those spells, but they are competing for the same slots as your divine spells.
You just get more access to them. Okay, I thought.
Yeah,
All right.
you just get more spells known.
Yeah. Okay. Then maybe I don't care as much. I don't know. You said the other one was Cathartic Mage, which I know you love Cathartic Mage.
I love Cathartic Mage. Dude, give me
Isn't it bad
Cathartic
though?
Marshal. No, it's actually pretty solid.
You need Charisma, which I have.
You're
Um,
playing or summon or whatever.
yeah,
You have
I've,
charisma.
I've got Charisma. Reactions, about motions, subtle emotions.
Basically,
Um,
most of the thing revolves around whatever emotion you pick. So I'd look at that first.
right.
The thing that you get from the get go is the trigger, the activation, and the emotional fervor.
Okay,
The
so the
trigger
first
is
three.
what is the trigger to your reaction. The activation is the reaction, and then the fervor will last for like 3 rounds after the reaction is done.
And these would
And then
apply to me, not
after those
my.
3 rounds, you get emotional fallout.
Okay. And these would apply to me, not my summon, right? Like my summon's a different creature than
Correct, unless they inflict debuffs or statuses, in which case they're applied to
statuses
you
or
both.
damage.
Correct.
So if an
But
enemy
any
deals damage to me, then I can
that
like anger,
also
for
counts
example.
as your Eidolon, because you guys share an HP pool,
We
I
okay.
believe.
That's yeah, we do. But okay.
I
Then
believe that
yeah.
counts as damage to you.
Yeah.
I'd have to double check.
Okay.
One of my favorite ones mechanically is
Ooh. Which one?
but it might not be amazing on a summoner.
Which one?
Fear.
Fear. Let's look at fear. An enemy makes you frightened. You increase your frightened, and then you don't hurt from the frightened. Instead, you get a bonus, but only to your spell attack rolls. So it'd still
And
be
it
bad.
and spell DCs, yeah.
So it'd be bad for my dude.
It'd be bad for your
Anger
idol. You would turn
looks.
into a mega caster though.
Yeah, I don't want that as much. Anger looks good. Also, this archetype does give you spellcasting, right? Yeah.
And then whatever the fervor is lasts for 3 rounds, and then immediately after you have the emotional fallout.
Okay, what is fatigued? -1 AC. Oh.
And you can
Oh.
reset yourself as a 10-minute thing. So
Oh,
basically
until you
refocus.
settle your emotions. Okay, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but no,
basically for the
anger
fight.
looks good. If you take damage, you um next time when you cast a spell from your spell slot, you get the fucking you get sorcerer bonus damage,
Yeah.
which sounds amazing. But
And that's for
also
3 turns.
for 3 turns, that's pretty good. I don't know how often I don't know how often I'm gonna be casting damaging spells with a arcane. I guess arcane does have a lot of arcane
Arcane
actually
has
does. Arcane is the
a lot.
blaster. I'm
Arcane is the
goofy,
blast
yeah.
caster.
Yeah, and then like the lower and then I'll end up buying wands of, haste or whatever I need. Okay. Um Interesting. Then yeah, anger looks good. It'd be
Hatred is a fun one, but it's a little bit more situational for hex crawl, I feel like.
someone crits. Um when you cast a spell, choose one creature, becomes fascinated. Okay. Dedication. Your emotional focus takes damage.
So what
Could I
emotional
focus
focus is
my could I have my I remember what that is, but can I have my Eidolon be that technically or no?
rules as written, yes. Actually, let me check.
Because I don't remember if we're considered two different creatures or what. But if it takes
You are
damage,
different creatures. I'm just checking to make sure that it's creature. Ba, ba, ba.
they gain temp hit points equal to your level.
You could technically choose your Eidolon. Yes.
That'd be really good with dedication. And then the fever. So okay. Your spell. When focus spells are considered spells, right?
For what purpose?
Um, I'm looking at emotional fever and I'm thinking about hymn of healing. Your
Yeah,
spells that
yeah,
target
yeah.
your emotional focus gain the benefit of reach. When you cast a healing spell that affects your emotional focus, also gains temp HP equal to the spell's level.
Then yeah, it is a spell for that.
Well,
It's a spell
that's
for most
permanent.
things. It just works a little bit awkwardly with like specific things. Like, can I pick up or can I use spell scrolls and wands and spell hearts of that list?
Oh, okay.
Which you can't.
Um, and this gives you divine spell list, right?
It can give you any spell list.
Does it depend on your?
No.
It doesn't depend on your. Okay, so you just pick a spell list that you want.
Oh no, never mind. Never mind. I was wrong. I was wrong. It does your own spell list unless you don't have one, in which case you get to pick one. So never mind.
Ah,
My bad.
okay. I was gonna. You should make it divine. So
No.
so someone will actually play Cathartic Mage.
I want someone to play Cathartic Mage, but no,
You can.
I'm not going to.
God damn it.
All right. Good night.
No more Cathartic Mage, then it's dead to me.
Okay, that's nice. Good night now. Bye bye.
Bye bye.